I
All right, what's up, everybody? We did have John Hutchison, John Zilla in here, but it looks like he just got kicked out. We'll let him rejoin, hop back in. Got a bunch of fun stuff today. A lot about Mayhem and Middleburg. A lot of people asking questions. Fun tournament. I'm gonna let people get on here and then we'll go on through it. We're supposed to have our guest Chuck Westbury on tonight, but he's dealing with some family issues. So that being said, we'll go over it. We'll answer a bunch of questions. A lot of people, they may have not heard on the 1-2 specific shows. What up? Where we were addressing the weight differences and how that's going to be addressed, what people should expect. Is it a Chuck Westbury tournament? Is it a Florida Armwrestling League tournament? Blah, 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 blah. So quite a few questions. We'll go through them. I think I would hope the chat will get the chat will get nice and hyped up and ask a bunch of questions that people are wondering too, and we can answer from there. You go into this one, John?
I'm doing my best to get out of work to be able to go there. I don't know if I'll be able to compete. I'm still like my inner elbow and my left's beat up still a little bit. I want to compete, but but if anything, I'm still trying to make it out there.
On the left or the right?
The left.
The left is beat up?
Yeah.
That bitch is supposed to be iron, kid.
It's very close to being. It's just when I was going for that second match, I went down. Something made a little noise in the elbow. It ain't too bad, but it's enough to where I don't know. It's iffy. So I got time. So we're gonna find out.
Sterling Jackson says, let's talk about the round robin and Roman getting robbed. I didn't watch the round robin completely. It was so the stream was so long I couldn't keep up with it.
I watched it.
Did you?
Yeah.
We can talk about it a little bit while it builds up in here, and then we'll get into Mayhem. How did it go? Was it cool? Was it everything?
Man, Hunter Knobs is just a bad dude.
Do you know him? Have you ever competed against him? It's my boy.
No, I've only watched him compete, and I've talked to him, but I've never touched his hand to compete against him. And he looked big, man. He looked really good. He was faster than everybody and strong as hell. He really dominated everybody. He never went to the losing side. As far as I saw, he just cracked everybody down pretty much. I think the only loss he took was to Roman. It was on fouls and like the fifth or probably sixth or seventh round. And then after that, he didn't lose to anybody. And Roman had one loss going into it, the finals, and they ended up competing for one final time to see who the winner was. But the stream lagged out and you couldn't see what happened. But I guess Hunter won, ended up pinning him. But there was a lot of people saying that he was carved in and all that, but the camera angle was off to the back a little bit. And I'm well, if he was doing anything wrong, then the competitors should have been bitching because
maybe he was, but it's fucking over.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
it happened. So, I mean, at that point, the ref made the call. Yeah. Hunter's known to start, he loves to have some shoulder. Everyone does.
And he timed it like this.
Yeah, listen. A lot of times you run this back, you'll find both guys were moving and doing shit. So it's probably a clean win. But I mean, Sterling might know something I don't know. It should have been best of 3 instead of 1 or take it all. Well, I mean, when you talk about changing the format, hindsight, of course, you could make improvements. Everything should be best of 3. I know a very smart guy that would tell you the same thing. But yeah, I would have to rewatch this to make my judgment. And then you're saying that the stream lags out at the last second. Mm-hmm. Who are the referees?
I have no idea who those guys were.
Okay. Well, I would say congratulations to Hunter. There was a lot of tough guys in there. Although I'm no disrespect to anybody from a power standpoint. I think it was them three. The top three were like the most powerful guys, and then everybody else was kind of in another group.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, because it was Hunter,
Hold on,
Roman,
was
and then
Palco in
Cody.
this?
Do what?
Was Palco in it?
Yeah, but he didn't look very good because he competed in Arm Wars like a week and a half before. And if you watch the match he had with Craig Sanders, oh my goodness. Like he didn't have anything for them guys, really.
Did he beat Craig Sanders?
No. But he spent the whole time like this, just holding him and fighting. It was a dog fight, but
I lost to Craig Sanders once in UAL back in the day. He was fast. He's still fast.
yeah.
He's a good arm wrestler. That's a solid match if Palco was in a war with Sanders.
Yeah.
What'd Sterling say? Let me see this. Like an old man having to look close to it. Should have been best three, walks fine line. Do you think Hunter should be number one, or should he have to have a super matches with Palco? Why is Palco number one? Winning the Arnold? Is that what, or was he already number one up there?
He was number one after winning Arnold's, I think, when he beat Roman for number one. But last time he pulled Hunter, he beat him 3-2.
No. Listen, if anyone that's in that round robin put their shit on the line, Sterling. Nah, hell no. If Palco was not in the round robin, then yes. My answer is yes. They should have a super match for number one spot. He should take two. If Palco's in the round robin, then in my opinion, Hunter's number one, and you recreate the order based upon the round robin.
Yeah.
Because the round robin, if you have the time and you have the ability, is the true way to test everybody. Yes, it's an endurance test if it's more than 5-10 people. But the round robin in a small enough test pool is absolutely the way to solve who beats who.
Yeah.
Especially when you get something so clear to find as one guy is undefeated, one guy has one loss, one guy has two losses, which is how it often ends up.
Yeah.
And when it's like that, it's kind of cut. That's how I would do the system, but I don't do the rankings. I would never try. What up, Robert?
So, man.
We're just on here. We're talking about this round robin where Ray threw. Well, we're Ray through that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. We're Ray Jenkins. I've been to a couple of tournaments. I had a good time at I've been to one of his tournaments. I went and pulled Robbie Russell at one of them. You can imagine how that went. Oh man, I'm lagging off here. Fuck. All right, you might have to carry it for a minute, John.
No worries.
I'm gonna have to re-hop back on here.
I got big R. Kelly over here.
That's it.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is just getting everyone together to get a ranking. So I like the ELO thing so much because like it counts a win as a win,
Yeah, it's starting to equal out on that system.
Correct, right? Like the more that gets entered in, the better it gets.
Yeah, because like I go on there once in a while and I'll see where I'm at. I'm like, oh, that's way too high. And then after a couple more tournaments go by, because we have so many that sometimes it'll put us up higher than I think some of us should be. But it's all equaled out now to where the guys I'm close to on there, I think I'm pretty close to. And the guys that are above me, either they beat me or looks like they probably beat me.
Yeah, I think in about a year, you're going to be able to use that to gauge like accurately where you fall with people you never pulled.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening because I feel like everybody's on board with it now for the most part, right?
Yeah, pretty much everyone's sending their brackets in, which is the important part. You gotta have data.
Yeah. How'd you feel about that round robin the other day?
I didn't get to watch it live, but I think it sorted out. Like, I didn't see anyone get like grossly advantage or screwed over in any way. I thought it was pretty good, ran well, and that's who won that day. I think if you ran the exact same people next weekend, the results could be different. It was just that was Hunter's day. Everything went his way.
Yeah, I figured it'd be him, Roman, and Burns, and maybe Palco. I forgot Palco had that big match a week and a half before or whatnot.
Yep.
But I figured Hunter would be in there just because he looks big.
Yeah.
I remember him being a lot smaller than that. He showed up.
Yeah, I think him and Cody Woods are the breakouts for that for sure. Like,
yeah.
I knew Hunter as a left-handed puller. I didn't even know his right was like that level. So that's crazy.
Yeah, he can pull both hands. He's good. He won my motorcycle
fucking
on the event.
Yeah, he came down here and whooped everybody's ass.
Yeah. Kudos to him because he's been sleeping too. He hasn't been competing very much. So he just showed up and fucking whooped everyone's ass. That's cool.
Yeah, he took it serious.
Yeah, Cody Wood looked like he just out-trained everybody.
That dude looks like he's 185 pounds when he's standing next to everybody else.
Right?
Yeah, I've met it. I mean, have you met him?
Nah, I've never.
Not quite as. I mean, he's obviously not a 185 guy, but that kid's in beast mode shape, huh?
Yeah. Good for him though. He put in some work.
Yeah, and I met him 4 years ago, probably 3 years ago. Let's give a little talk about Mayhem and Middleburg. Mayhem and Middleburg 6.
Oh, I'm excited for that one. I've never been to a round robin tournament. I think that's going to be exciting to watch and the flow and all that. It's new to me.
Part of the Florida Arm Wrestling League season. This is hosted by Chuck Westbury. This is not hosted by myself. However, we will be there having fun, throwing merch out, doing the same crazy stuff we do. However, Chuck is the head man in charge, and I believe little Mike Newman is also running the show out there. So we want to promote them as hard as possible. We got about 20 days, I think, according to Craig's countdown. That's how I keep track of tournaments. Every day Craig is out. That's how many days till the tournament. It's going to be way different than what we're used to. Everybody here is used to double elimination, single pole, losers bracket, B side versus A side final, typical just arm wrestling brackets. This is going to be absolutely different. It's great that we're talking about the round robin, and then we have this round robin that just happened. Mayhem is going to be just like you guys seen at that 54. Hunter Knopf's, Roman, Cody Wood, that same thing, but it's going to be every single weight class. So it's a bloodbath. I've been fortunate enough to win this tournament. It's a crazy, crazy hard tournament to win. I think it took me three times going before I finally won it. And then I think I took last place every other time. So I got 3 last place and 1 win. But it's crazy. It's good energy. This place that it's at, Southern Social's pretty cool. Little country bar. When I say little, I'm maybe Q4 size with 25-foot ceilings instead of a low ceiling, a very, very tall ceiling. So it does feel wide open, lots of corrugated, galvanized sheeting all over the place, real like barnyard feel, but it's not a super like country like road cowboy hat type place. It's just a straight up Palaca, Middleburg, North Florida type of Southern bar, but the place gets crazy. I've been in there every year that I've been in there. It's out of control. Everybody's screaming. It's hyped as hell. They got a nice stage. And there's going to be a ton of matches. A ton of
That's
matches.
a long day.
Yes. So the
I'm
only
gonna bring my massage gun and sell massages for $5. Think I'd make some money?
as handsome as you are, you'll probably have a line out the door. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm telling you right now, you guys better bring the massage gun is your arm's going to be sore. If there's 20 guys or 8, let's say 17 guys, 12 guys in your class, you're going to say, Jesus Christ, Robert, put that thing away. There's children watching this. They, yeah, you made me lose my train of thought. Okay, I don't know where I was. If there's 15 guys, 15 match, okay, I'm going to boot you off here if you keep getting crazy. It's out of control.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, so the weight classes here, let's talk a little bit about it. Anybody in the chat, if you guys flood it with some questions, even if you know the answer, maybe ask the question that some people watching it may not know. When we get back, we'll get a couple hundred views on these videos when they play them back, and each one of these people probably is wondering something, but they're too late to speak up. So if you ask it, they may be thinking the same thing. I'm just going to kind of glance over the flyer. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull up the flyer real quick.
The weight classes are going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and I've got it all planned out. We should have everything sorted when it comes to just what we plan to do and how we intend to kind of showcase everything. Okay, there we go. Let me go to my Zoom. All right, let's see if we could see this.
Yeah.
Go to the top right and hit that full screen.
Right now. There we
Yeah,
go. Is that good? Okay.
like on the Facebook window there.
Oh,
There we go. There, yeah, that one.
boom.
There we go. Now we can see.
I'm learning from the best there is.
So,
This guy's gonna live stream my funeral. It's gonna have 1 million views. The open class has got completely different classes than we have. Everything is completely different. A lot of people ask how it is. Let's talk about the information on the flyer, and then I'll tell you how it's gonna relate to all the points and stuff. His open classes, Chuck's got 165, 200, 230, and 230 plus. These are all a little different than the FAL. We have a solution for it. We've chatted it out in a couple of these. His novice classes are going to be 199 and under, 199 and over. That particular set of classes does not favor the lighter guys in that, so you 198 guys, I would be coming in on point, or you will be 200 and over. He has a master's, a women, a teen, child classes are also offered. I'm sure all these are pending that they have support. I don't know that he has a 2 or 3 person minimum, but I would imagine he wants all these to go off. He has medals 1st through 3rd. The prize money for the overall right and left hand winners, $30 entry per open class, novice class, and master class. This event is $30. The women, teens, and children all are free. I do not see early weigh-in times posted. We can ask about that. And it says weigh-ins are 10 to 12 day of. So the way we're going to address this and do this is, as people talked before for the open class, your points will be awarded exactly as you weigh in. So if you 153 on the official weigh-ins, when I go get them entry forms at the end of it, and I'm making my copies, it's good. If you're 153, you got your points in the 154. It's simple. So whatever you weigh that day, your points will carry over to your weight class. So let's say that you're a type of guy, want your points to go for the 220s, but you're in the 230s. If you weigh 225, that point's going to be for the 242, right? It's just like anything else. It'll go towards exactly what you weigh in. The novices, the same thing. If, let's say, one of you 176 novice guys ends up winning this thing and you are 174 that day, your points carry over to you. So extremely easy to figure out. Not much confusion there. I would like to give Right the Hand the credit for that. I think he in the chat kind of shot that first idea out. That was a good one if it was his idea. But definitely, I think that's the fairest way to do it. Is what you weigh in is where your points will go. Chuck's got his awards out there. You must wear the FL jersey. It is FAL season event. You will have to have an FL jersey. It's important. Anybody here that's waiting on the merch, there's been a little lockout issue on the merch store the past couple days. So tomorrow morning, all outstanding merch will be shipped out. Anybody that's waiting, if you got a buddy on your team that asked you, tell them everything's going out tomorrow morning. We're shipping everything out. That aside, if you do want the jersey at that tournament, we will have our whole merch booth. We'll have our setup. We will have as much of the FAL stuff there as Chuck wants. So Chuck is also going to have a couple of Mayhem and Middleburg shirts. Get him while he has them. I think he has a very limited quantity. Overall points will work the same. Your 5 extra points for winning overall, they'll carry over to right and left. I would imagine that you're going to see a lot of the same hardcore guys, but you're going to see a lot of the Jacksonville guys that you don't see very often. They're going to turn up, and that team is like 60 people deep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I expect something big.
Are the novices and stuff still getting put in the set grip?
It's a good question. My opinion, that's probably the best thing that could happen for arm wrestling right now, for amateur arm wrestling, just to speed it up. But I can't confirm that. I will go over that, and by the time we have the next show, we'll keep talking about Mayhem as it goes. I'll have the answers for everybody. What's up, everyone in the chat? Got a couple of people in here. Brian Branch, Right the Hand, Ralph,
and
hey, James.
Is it still going to be all slips go to straps the same way that the regular stuff?
Yeah, these are great questions. In an effort to not be a total dictator, I try not to completely, give my input on everything. So I would say prepare for the typical FAL rules. However, if there's any difference, I will go ahead and get back to everyone on the next show, and I'll make sure the difference is posted. That's a great question. People should be able to prepare for that. And we got about 3 weeks out, so I will make sure that I get the answer to that exact rule set. Chuck has some family issues. I don't want to really bother him. He was supposed to be our guest. He'll probably hop on next Monday. And we can kind of just spitball questions at him nonstop too. This round robin shit is serious. I'll tell you, it ain't easy to win, and you'll see a lot of guys that'll be hot out the gate and then they'll burn up. That last round robin I went to, I beat Mike Bedwell, and he ends up going undefeated other than my loss. I got forward my second match with Jason Manning and lost, I think, on fouls, and I took every loss after that. I must have took 10 losses in a row. I got my ass whooped. And it just goes to show you might come out hot, but it didn't really matter. Mike Bedwell still won the damn tournament.
Does anyone go out there and do like one of those strategies where if they face, the hardest guys out there, they're going banging a hook with or something? Do they like lay down to that guy and try and smoke everybody else, or does everybody just kind of battle it out?
Yeah, but the problem is arm wrestlers are so egotistical that they believe they're going to win even when they know they're not going to. So yes, that should be happening. A lot of guys could play second instead of fourth. and
Right.
shit like that. Yeah, and when it comes time, I'm telling you, we got that $10,000 out. It's gonna look. I mean, everybody's gonna wish they just went a little harder. They're gonna wish they went to one more and stuff. So don't miss this one. This is this is gonna be one of, in my opinion, it might be one of the most packed tournaments that we have. Only because this is my feeling, and I'm transparent with this shit. I got 75 dudes that'll roll anywhere I go. Anything we host, they're gonna go to. If FAL hosts a raccoon hunt, and we're outside dumpsters or some shit, everyone's gonna go, right? Chuck's got an average of like 120 to 130 or 40 entries typically. So it's a good solid tournament. And I don't think half these guys that go to my stuff have ever even been to Mayhem. So I think he's going to do 200. I think it's going to be a mega tournament similar to the Pro Gear, so I'm not going to miss it. I'm competing in it. I'm going to have to be in the crazy class with Austin Wade and Artem and Noel and Matt King.
Me too, if I go.
Exactly. So, and it'll be fun. In that class, we'll have 20 guys. So we'll be in 20 matches, not just, so it's exciting. So yeah, I think it could be the best tournament of the event. It's definitely going to be the most one-off. It's good to have a little freak show event inside of something that's monotonous over and over, right?
Right.
Here we are a third of the way through the season and we got this crazy event. So I'm actually excited for it. I'm glad we have one event that doesn't fit perfectly into the mold. It keeps it fresh. It keeps it exciting. It gives us a bunch of questions to answer and shit to talk about. And if you win Mayhem, very similar to King, Florida, there's a lot of fucking bragging rights there.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
I step off in Mayhem after winning the tournament in the overall. So
Mike Newman, right?
Yeah, I should just come back and win that bitch with the torn arm. That's the plan. But someone commented in here and said Mayhem is usually slips in a losing position is a loss. I found out that's not a rule.
Really?
Yeah, I argued that with Leonard once, I believe, and he told me that's not a rule. That there is no such thing as a slip and a lose.
Yeah, because what is a losing? Really?
There's only an intentional slip.
Yeah, there's only intentional slip.
Read your rule books, people.
And I mean that's interesting. I argued this pretty hard. It actually started the argument with Sarah. I believe me. I said this to Sarah one day. 10 years in arm wrestling. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? That doesn't exist." And I'm like, "Huh?" I've taken losses on this so many times. And yeah, it's just intentional. But if Chuck might have his own rules, right? And that's okay. If so, you guys better not slip into losing. I'm never losing. That's what I would argue. I had him right where I wanted him, even if I was an inch from the pad.
I'll just going around. What do you mean?
Yeah, losing position is a state of mind. I've not been in a losing position in years.
Quotes by Brandon Morris right there to live by.
Okay.
That's perfect.
We're hyped, man. 165, 200, 230, and 230 plus. Which one's going to shake them up the most, do you think?
Oof, 200.
No, 200 is going to be the same as 98. It's going to have the same winners. I'm not saying that's not. Oh, it's going to be crazy because they'll have not 76s. But our presence in Florida at 76 is not our 90. We have a much larger presence at 98. As far as Stone Cold Killers.
Yeah, right, but I know there's some people, exactly. I know there's some people coming in from out of state that want to get a part of that 200 class.
Oh, okay. That's what you think. Okay. We're gonna have some
out of state action mixing it
haters.
Yep.
I'm
Headhunters, maybe even.
gonna argue that 65s is gonna be shaken up the most because you're just gonna get like the most giant 54 guy possible, right? This guy is blown up. Like Sadiel Nunez is gonna be your 65 winner or some bullshit.
Oh,
like,
hey.
you know,
Yeah, he flies up.
that's what I'm saying. So you run the risk at 65 of getting a guy that's a lot bigger than a 54.
Does George make 65?
Oh yeah.
He said he was 168 in Cali.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, shake your
Right?
head, Robert.
Right?
Dude,
That's insane.
He had one of the largest weight discrepancies up for anybody. And just, I mean,
Dominated.
Stone cold killer. Dominated him center table.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, he kicked some ass. We got a couple people in here. Renee said the gold will be mine. What class are you pulling, Renee?
198, probably 200.
What's Renee's last name? Do I know him?
Renee G. Don't know.
Okay, that's an intimidating name. Are you? There's a lot of guys from Team Jacks, man, that are good but don't travel a lot. Will we see Jeremy Pappy, John Hutchinson, and Jeremy Pappy in the final?
Oh boy.
You imagine?
I've heard
Yeah, well, it's
Do
even
they normally
crazier
do an
in
overall?
person. What's that?
Is there an overall?
Yeah, it just said there's cash money for the overall. Hell yeah, there's an overall there.
Now, is the overall a round robin as well, or?
God.
No, the way they do overall is actually different. It's king of the table.
Oh, so I start with the big guy first.
Yeah.
Yes. So
You got a chance, John.
Yeah, there's always a chance, right?
That's right.
yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely gonna be different. Renee Gomez. He said, remember my name.
I don't think I could.
It's gonna be I'm predicting 65s. Who would the guy to beat be?
Jeff.
Probably George.
Yeah, if George goes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say George both hands. Jeff has a good chance if George doesn't win it. Mike Newman is probably gonna show out though.
Yeah,
Turn up.
And he's probably got the better endurance over Jeff. I don't think he has
It's his hometown. He's gonna go crazy, trust me. So I'm actually gonna say George, and if George don't make it, Mike. Mike Newman tore my bicep off. That's who I ruptured my bicep tendon with. 200s. I'm predicting I shock Austin Wade in the semifinals and don't even feel Matt King through the final. 1, 2, 3, me, Matt King, Austin Wade. Artem just takes pictures of everybody and all.
Hey, you're all gonna fuck around, and Kevin Sam's and endurance ass is gonna beat every one of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat Kevin Sam's like an old dog. Okay.
I don't know.
Artem's not going to be worth anything.
Who?
Artem, he's got Toddzilla this weekend, then East vs. West next weekend. He's going to be dead.
Well, no, he'll be like even with everyone else at that point.
Be on par. There you go.
Something.
Austin Jennings in the chat. Honorary Floridian.
Yeah, no, we'll see. I'm just enjoying it, man. It's gonna be nice to not have the pressure of running it. I'm pretty much just there, gonna hype shit up and do the same crazy stuff we do, you know.
Oh, you can be on the stream. You can commentate.
Yeah, some way. Just put a mic on me while I walk around and tell people to buy me a beer. Austin Jennings, another guy that kicked ass, Florida Hitman.
Yeah.
We are coming to Texas hopefully soon, Austin. Actually need you to talk to me about that. Austin says we are needed in Texas.
Hell yeah.
The USAL event, I'll tell you, went a lot better than I anticipated out there in California, despite logistically being a nightmare. Something in Texas where we pack up the trailer could be badass. For me in my promotional stuff right now, this is like a 2-month downturn. I don't have anything until like July. So wouldn't be a bad time to set up Texas versus Florida. I know Georgia versus Florida, people are drooling. I'm getting messages every day. When are we going to do that? I wish I knew a little bit more about the Texas arm wrestlers and who would be good matchups. What I'm going to try to do, I want to get one of the Texas guys other than Austin on here and just see, like, we could talk some potential matchups and who would line up with who. Because if we go all the way out there for a tournament, we got to do it the same way we did for Cali. Just 10, 11 matchups and bang it out.
And it was so close.
Razor close.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin in the chat, what do you think about Matt Frazier and George? I think that Matt is a really, really explosive hooker in Texas. I think he'd be good. I don't know. George might be next level, you know.
George is next level, though. George,
Yeah.
I think, would beat Fisher right now.
I do too.
So they got a guy, Michael Hahn, that's a 54 guy.
George will smoke
I
him.
think he would. Man, I think he would. What do you think,
George-
Austin? Not left-handed, only right-handed.
I don't think it matters.
It don't matter. This is George Whitfield, son.
Hey, George left hand versus Jason Tarver.
I don't know who Jason Tarver is.
He's ranked 8th in the hook left hand right now. I think he's a hook puller as well.
He's a Texas guy. How does Matt and Justin do, Austin? They I'm pretty sure they train together. They're all down there in the Houston area.
But
Hahn smokes George. Yeah, that's what I thought. Michael Hahn he's insane. He only pulls like the PL North Texas events. And he comes out and he just destroys everyone. Last year he flashed Palco, Kalen, Gilstrap, Sam Taylor. Like no one slowed him down at all. He flashed them
these
all.
guys wouldn't slow George down either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they would be a good match. I'm not saying it would be favored one way or the other, but that's a Texas guy I think would be a good
Hold on.
one.
Let me give you a good reference, actually. I believe Hunter was beating George. Now, George has leveled up quite a ways since, but let's assume Hunter has too. I believe Hunter beat George.
yeah,
They might have a couple grinders.
yeah. Hunter was too much for George back when they pulled at 54.
Man, how intense has Hunter leveled up since he hasn't really done anything in about a year, really?
He looked
been on that level this whole time.
yeah. He looked big. He looked like a big version.
Right.
But he said he was. Yeah, he said something about he was training for months for this, like just head down, grinding every day, training for only this, I guess. So
It worked.
Driving around on that motorcycle he won at my tournament, probably.
yeah, cornhole, fucking
Must be nice. Must be nice. Yeah, Mayhem in Middleburg. After that, we got the Fit Expo. It's gonna be at the Orlando Convention Center, but that's in July. We're gonna keep this one short and sweet on here. I want to save a lot of the hype for when Chuck comes on. He was supposed to be a guest tonight. He'll be on next week and he can talk a lot about it. Everybody should check out the Florida Arm Wrestling League Facebook page. Subscribe to this one if you're not already. Anything you're thinking that I'm missing that's essential information?
no. I think that's pretty much everything.
The orders, again, anybody that's orders, everything is going out tomorrow. So anybody that's waiting on a jersey for Mayhem or anything, they're going out. If any of you designers can censor Robert Kelly, please do it. Get this guy out of here. Sorry in advance. Go have a